Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Sarah from Handmade After Dark and welcome to this week's online class to go. So this week I am featuring the Wildflower Birthday Suite for the class. And I will just switch my screen and show you what we're going to make this week. All right, here you go. Oops, wrong way around, there we go. So these are the 3 cards that we'll be making this week. So they use the birthday celebration stamp set and the coordinating dies, and then also the Wildflower Birthday paper, which also has a couple of sheets of die cut images. So they're really good for quick and easy cards. So that's what we're going to be using tonight. And I'm also using some of the ephemera frames for some of the sentiments and that also for the image. So using a mix of stuff. Now for the suite, the Heidi dots, the embellishments, they are on the last chance list. So if you are after those, I would order sooner rather than later. And the 2 ribbons on the ribbons on the first 2 cards, these are from the 2024 to 2026 in colors. They are also last chance list. So any of those, if you are after those, you want to order those sooner rather than later, because we don't know how much stock there is or how quickly they'll sell out. All right, so we shall start with this one. So these were all relatively quick and easy cards this week, because we always need quick and easy cards and we always need birthday cards. So this one, I will be starting with a basic white base. And then, so for those who order the class, so you get, if you place an order of $75 or more before shipping and after any Stamp and Rewards redemptions, I will send you the kits to make 2 each of the 3 cards. So you will need the stamp sets, because I can't send stamped images, but you will get all the paper and including the die cuts and the ribbon. So we have blueberry bushel cardstock. There's actually 2 pieces of that, because the insert for the inside of the card is going to be blueberry bushel and white. So I'll put those to the side for the moment. We have some DSP, die cut stylish shapes circle, and a couple of the die cut embellishments. With this one, you won't need the whole thing, but we'll just trim it to the right size, and then you can use whatever's left for something else. And then we've got the frame. So with the frames, the first one, so the smallest one in the pack, has the white backing. The rest are just the frames, but I've included some just some basic white cardstock. So we'll stamp the sentiment on that and adhere the frame, and then just trim around the cardstock. So and ideally we'll do it right down the bottom. So we might do that bit first. So, and I need to actually get the stamp out. So I'm using the Happy and Birthday, and we'll use blueberry bushel ink. So I'll just grab some of my blocks. And oh, it was a bit dark. There we go, that's a little bit better. Now I can sort of see. Fine, I'll take this one off for now and we'll stick this one on. So what we can do, one thing you can do, because we need to get the frame in the right spot. And I'm just going to fold this over because that's a bit, actually, I might just grab another piece just because that one is not sitting particularly flat. I've got mountains of the stuff, but I'm going to find it when I need it. All right. So what we can do, we want just, I was using these to do some blending. So we want it as close to sort of down the bottom. We just want to minimize how much we need to cut away. But what we can do is if we flip it over, then we've got an idea of where we want it to sit. And I might actually grab this. This is removable adhesive, and I'm just going to actually tape this down just so it doesn't move. Because it's upside down, it doesn't really matter if you get a bit of ink on it because you're not going to see it. So we just want to make sure that we've got that the whole thing will be covered, and it would help if I could actually get it to hold still. And I want a bit of blueberry bushel. So the happy is going to go up in the top left. And just make sure that that's stamping as we want it. Make sure that that's actually that's moved slightly. Let's get that back in place. Now, of course, if you're fine with just eyeballing, you can do that as well. I'm not so good with eyeballing, so I'm going to just make sure it's all going to work. And I'll just fold that back slightly just to make sure it's actually going to go where I want it to go. And I think I might actually need this to come just a little further down. So the good thing is you do the first one and then you can, if you need to, you can rearrange. And that will do. Just move those off to the side for the moment, and then what we will do is take these off. So then we can flip this over and we will stick that down. So I'll just bring my silicone mat in so we don't end up with everything sticking to the paper. So you don't want too much glue around here because it's going to squidge out the edges. So just enough that it's going to stick. I can't actually see how much I've got particularly well at the moment, so I'm just guessing. Usually end up with far too much, but that's all right. We'll make it work. The main thing is just to make sure that you don't have any gaps. So I need to move this over slightly. I'm just going to, and of course you could just use a bigger piece of cardstock to make sure it doesn't. So make sure you've got plenty of room, and I'm going to bring it down slightly because it's a little bit higher than we want, but that's all right. All right, once you're happy with that, just, well, try not to get cords tangled up in everything. And we will just trim the edges. And the top. All right, get the adhesive off, and I've got, I can see there's a tiny bit more on there than I want, and it will annoy me, so I'm going to get rid of it. There we go. All right. That is the stamping done for that card. Now let's put it all together. So I'll need that back. And I need ribbon as well because I always forget. All right, so we will adhere the DSP to the cardstock. Don't seem to be able to pick anything up properly tonight. And a little bit numb. All righty. Now, before I forget, we will add the ribbon because I always seem to forget that one. All right. And I just add some tear and tape so that we can, once I find the end, there it is. And we'll add a bit more to the end. Just makes it a bit easier to stick it around the back of the card. Alrighty, get those backings off. Oh. Try not to drop the adhesive side down on anything. So we're just going to go roughly in the middle. So let me just double check, because we need to make sure that we have room for everything, and that actually comes a little bit further down because we need to make sure we have room for the banner. So that actually sits a bit further down. That sits slightly over the top. And okay, so we want about and about there. Flip everything off and then try again because I didn't stick it properly. Take two. There we go. Alrighty. That is that. And let's stick this down to the front. I'm going to use green glue for this one, just so I've got a bit of room to move, just in case hands are feeling a little bit stiff tonight, so they're not cooperating. So there's a good chance I'm going to mess this up. So let's go with the option that gives me the most chance to fix things. Alrighty, let's get that down. Now, we are going to do the banner next. And so it's going to sit, we'll cut off part of the end. And then we're going to have it so it, actually, no, that's right. It went the other way. So from about there, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. But either way, we're going about there to there. All right, so it's gonna, we will trim off part of the end there and about there. It doesn't matter if it goes over the edge of the blue. That be it. That is fine. I will rearrange this in a sec. I just want to get it to roughly where I want it to go. And then we'll trim a bit off the end. I'm just going to round that ever so slightly. And then I'll do the same with the other end because we don't need the full length. And I'm going to, no, actually that will do. If I go corner to corner on the blue, that will work. And this one, I'm just going to stick straight down. So I'm not going to pop this one up on dimensionals, but you can if you would prefer to do it that way. Either way works fine for this one. Just make sure that the banner doesn't sit over the edge, the very edge of the card or over the score line. So just, if you need to, trim a little bit more. And then, so this is going to sit right down bottom, and that one will sit about there. So the blue needs to go down next because the sentiment label will sit over the top. And of course, if you wanted to, you could always, particularly if you are popping up the banner, you could, and I've just realized my camera is not holding as well as it should. Sorry. Just looked up and realized that it wasn't on quite the right view. I don't know how well that's going to stay there for. We shall see. Apologies for that. Still haven't got my new camera set up just yet. Haven't quite had enough time to play around with that yet, but I'm hoping I can get it done very soon and not have to use my phone. So we'll just add a, if I can get them off, we'll just add a bunch of mini dimensionals. And get those backings off. That's going down in the middle. And then we'll add dimensionals. Grab some of my, couple of the bigger ones for the ends, and then little ones. Can do one in the middle so it doesn't sink. And those backings off. And then we are almost done with this one. All that will be left. So let's get that in the middle. Probably put the lid back on my glue, that would help. And then we just want some embellishment. So these are the party dots. So these ones are last chance list. But when I checked the other day, they were still in stock, but can't say how long they will be in stock for. So just add a few to that one. Put that to the side. Oh, we still need to do the insert. All right, I'll just use some stamp and seal for this one. Keep that border as even as you can. And then we will add that to the inside. Alrighty, the last part, this one, let's get that down. Get some of those bits of excess glue off. Alrighty, there we go. First card is done. Let's put those to the side and we'll bring in back the second one. So this is the second one. And once I find my stuff for this one, so we have a blueberry bushel base, put this one, and then where is it? Alrighty, so we have some pool party, some designer series paper. So this paper is one of the specialty papers, so you can hopefully see the shimmery or the gold, the shiny gold. So a lot of the papers in the pack do have gold foil elements in them. Some basic white for the insert, another one of the ephemera frame. So this one has the white already on it, so we don't need to add anything there. Oh, look, I pre-stamped that one. Must have got ahead of myself. Another die cut element and die cut flower as well. So these are all from the DSP pack. All right, let's put that one to the side. Now the sentiment for this one is not from the birthday celebration set. It is from the Beautiful Butterflies. And I will actually be using this set for next week's class. So let's start putting this together. Just make sure I don't lose that flower. Oh, and we have some of the peach pie bordered ribbon. So this one is also last chance list. So there should still be some in stock. Just don't know how long for. All right, let's stick this down and then make sure I remember to add the ribbon. All right. Oh. All right, there we go. And this ribbon is going down towards the bottom of the paper. So we just cut off enough of that. Add some tear and tape so we can adhere it. Maybe try and actually get it somewhat straight-ish. And hopefully get the backing off without taking all of the tape off, because that would defeat the purpose. Alrighty. So this is just coming up a little bit from the bottom. I'm just gonna make sure, yeah. Actually that probably, no, it's, oh no, I've got a bit more. So this needs to sit quite close to the bottom to fit everything in. So I'm going to bring this down a bit further, move that out of the way so I don't stick it down. That looks better. All right, now let's add this to the base. Once I find some blue. Oh, this is a new one. This one's got lots. Add some on the ribbon, keep it stuck down. That should be more than enough. I always add far too much. Okay. Done. There we go. And so this one we're going to stick straight down. We'll just check that everything is going to sit where we want it to sit and fit properly. Okay, yep, that's got, we got a bit of room there, all good. Okay, let's get this one down. I will just move this down slightly just in case. And then maybe straighten it up slightly. Okay, this one is going up on dimensionals, as is this sentiment. And I'm going to use a mix of the mini ones, and actually that's right, I want, just realized that because the sentiment label is going to sit over the ribbon, I want to make sure I've got some of the dimensionals on the edges so that they're sitting on paper and not the ribbon, just so that they grip properly. Nope, I don't need two in that spot. Seems they all want to join in at the same time. One more, just because I'd like it to be even when it's sitting on cardstock. Okay, let's get this one in the middle. And oh, one more. There we go. Make sure I've got it right around the right way. And put that one down. Then we just need just a little bit of glue for the flower. And we're just going to stick this one over on the left-hand side. And then all that is left to do, we shall add the insert first. Just get all the dimensional backings. before I forget, so the online global retreat is coming up very, very soon, and registrations for the full retreat kit have closed, but the online access pass is still available. So you can register for that using the same link that's in my email, and it will be in my email that goes out tomorrow. So if you're not already on my mailing list, just head over to my blog at handmadeafterdark.com.au and sign up to my email list, and you will get all the info in there. It's also on my Facebook page, so you can also find the information in one of the posts as well. All right, now all we need to do is just add a couple of embellishments, and I can't remember, I think I added more to this one. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I added a few little pink ones to flowers. Just have to find the right ones, and we need another one. Don't really have one, but I can add. I'll add one of those. Why not? Why not? Alrighty, that is the second card done. Move those out of the way and bring out the third and final. So this one, and that reminds me, I need to clean my stamps. So this one uses so it's a pool party base, and then we've got some basic white for the inserts, some soft sea foam, one of the die cuts from the dies, some paper, and some of the gold, don't know how you can see that, gold open weave, I think it's open weave ribbon or trim. It's not really ribbon, it's more of a trim, but this is also part of the suite. So how about we clean my stamps first, because I don't really want blue ruby in my soft sea foam ink pad. That will not end well. All right, let's move that to the side, bring this back in. Oh, and that reminds me, I also need the also need the little banner. And the question is, did I bring my pretty in pink up here? I think I did. I think I put everything away. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back very soon. I'm not going far. You can probably still hear me. It's try and clear stuff off the table so that I don't have too much on the table before I do my videos, and then I always inevitably forget one of the stamp sets that I need, at least. All right, so we need soft foam for the sentiments. We'll do that first, and then we'll do the banner. And I will just double check. Just make sure we're not going to be mixing those two colors together. All right, so that one, I probably did that a bit too low down. Oh well, whatever. And then we need pretty in pink. We're going to stamp off the pretty in pink so that it's not so bright. So let's just check how this looks. So that's full strength. That's a little bit brighter than darker than we want. And my pretty in pink ink pad is quite juicy. So we're just going to, so you want to press down reasonably hard. That was probably a bit too hard for that one, but yeah, that's fine. Could always flip over and do the other side, but even though it's technically the wrong side, but meh, it's fine. And always cover it with embellishments if we need to. All right, now we need to and we want to add DSP to the saucy foam, and then we will add the ribbon, and then we'll attach it to the card base. So I'm just going to get these roughly into position, and I'm definitely using the green glue for this one. Just to make sure that everything is about where I need it. So you can use any of the designs really from the pack. For this one, just pick 4 that you like, mix and match, or you could do 2 each of 2 designs. Yeah, just gonna hopefully get this where I want it. Do need to get some extra lights in here because it does get a bit tricky to see sometimes. So you just want to try and keep an even border between each piece and try and line up with the top and bottom of each piece so that they're even, or as even as you can get. And just make sure that last one is still going to have about the right order. Yep, that one's all good. Now the glue wants to come out. Okay. Try and spread it around a bit so it's not all in the one spot. All right. So just quick check to make sure that's all looking how you want it. Now, this we are just going to wrap around, and we're just going to basically wrap it around sort of the middle two pieces, and we're going to tape it down. So I'm actually going to just use, for the moment, my blocks just to hold that in place while I grab my tape, which is over here, not over the other side. I've found fairly big pieces of tape with that one because I found when I was putting the sample together, if it wasn't quite big enough, then it just tended to move around a bit. And you can see there's a little bit sitting there that just wants to come apart slightly. So I'm going to grab this small piece and I'm going to try and see if I can just pull that round and stick that down. I don't know how well that will last, but that should be okay. Alrighty, then all we need to do, we're just gonna stick that one down. And I will take, oh, there goes the camera again, sorry. I'm going to take the backings off just so that these ones will sit. Just going to be careful with this one because it's quite small and it may not come off all that easily. Well, the backing may not, but I just want to make sure I'm not pulling the whole thing off as I do it, but that seems to be okay. Add some glue. add a little bit over. Probably doesn't really matter, but just going to add a bit over that. Just give it a bit more to adhere to. Keep it stuck down. That needs to come down slightly. There we go. And that's a little crooked. There we go. That's better. All right. All we need to do now is pop this one up on a few dimensionals. Measure. Take those backings off. And pop that one down. We should add the insert. Okay. Almost done. Just need to add some embellishments once this one is down. Put that glue off. All right, and for this one, I am using the adhesive backed sparkle gem. So these are also on the last chance list. But they, at the moment, at the time of this recording, in Australia at least, they are still available. I'm going to have to change that one now because I stamped a little bit too low. Yeah. Fine. I'm going to stick it up there. Why not? Alrighty, and that is card number 3. I will bring everything back in. Where's my first one gone? There it is. Let's just move this out of the way. Sorry for the not so straight camera. Keeps moving around. All right, so these are the 3 cards from this week's class to go. Remember, you have until Saturday to get your orders in to receive the kits for this week's class. And next week's class will be the beautiful butterflies. So until then, have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye.